Hey everyone, welcome to day 7 of our 7-night Caribbean cruise on the MSC Seascape. Today is our final day on the ship. It's a beautiful day out there. It's also a sea day.
I'm always sad when you get to that final day, but I'm gonna try and forget that tomorrow we have to go home and just really enjoy today because it's absolutely stunning out there. There's a nice light breeze. We can feel the ship rocking a tiny bit this morning.
Yeah.
Not too bad. But so I just want to have fun and enjoy the day.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there. There's a little bit of waves, but nice and sunny out there. I was actually up quite early and I saw the sunrise this morning. It was gorgeous.
You said it was beautiful.
It was, yeah.
I didn't get up as early.
So we actually already had breakfast this morning. We went to the Butcher's Cut, which is, it's a specialty restaurant at night, the Steakhouse, but in the morning it's complimentary for breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really like that they started out, well, first off, of course, you could get juice and coffee, but then they had kind of a pastry basket. So there was kind of a scone type of thing, a donut, and a muffin. They were really good.
They were good. We split them so we could both try them. I was really impressed with the donut. It was very light. I was expecting a heavy cakey donut, but it was very light. It was good. I enjoyed it.
It was good, yeah.
And a bonus though, I mean, of course, not everyone can get this, but we happened to be seated by the window too.
Yes.
which was nice.
Which was nice, yeah. Now, they don't really serve appetizers for breakfast, but we ordered something as an appetizer. What was that called?
The smoothie bowl. It was slightly different than the smoothie bowl we had the other morning.
Well, it's not like a smoothie that you drink.
No.
It's more of a...
It's a yogurt and there
yeah.
was a little bit of chopped up bananas, and there was...
Pineapple
and some nuts.
Yeah.
It was good.
I did enjoy that. So
was very
for our
good.
breakfast appy. And then we both ordered the same thing, but slightly different for our main.
Yeah, so we went with the steak and eggs. I had the eggs over easy. You did the scramble.
Yeah.
And you added some sausage.
I did, yeah. So I would just say it was normal. Like it wasn't my favorite on the week. I probably actually preferred the main dining room for breakfast, but the food was good. Yeah.
The service was very quick, very kind. They kept our coffee and our juice coming. It was nice.
It was, yeah. So actually from there, we had a little bit of time because we were going to go to the Disembarkation show. So we is the Loft Café?
I believe so.
So we went in there and got some coffee and just sat on a couch. But I was surprised. I know we did see this earlier in the week, but I was surprised on this ship you could get a little continental breakfast in there as well. So mostly... Again, donuts, pastries. They had, I think, some little sandwiches, yogurt, that sort of thing.
So I may have had another donut while I was there. But it was a nice place to sit and relax in the couch and drink your coffee. And there, they do have the nice big MSC coffee mugs.
Yeah, so you didn't have to go all the way up to the buffet if you want more coffee.
It was nice to sit there.
So at 10 o'clock this morning.
So I took a refill of coffee and we went over to the theater for the Disembarkation show.
Yeah, which lots of information. So they talked about first off different zones and stuff. What else? Times. That's what I was thinking.
Or the important thing we were wondering is our luggage needs to be out by 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock at night, yeah. So, and then the zones, so how that's going to work. Walking off the ship, how that works. All of that information was in the show.
What I didn't expect, though, is that the captain came out for this.
Well, they wanted to honor the staff, so they brought in kind of representatives from each area. They brought them onto the stage, and then the senior officers, as well as the captain.
Yeah, and I really like how the captain came out and talked to everybody and shared how he enjoyed this cruise.
Yeah.
I love when a captain is really involved in the cruising and the guests get to see him. So that was nice.
Yeah. So if you haven't sailed on MSC before or need a refresher, it was good to go to just so you understand how tomorrow morning is going to work.
And then there was a draw at the very end. So you had a chance to win a ship. And there was like a bingo card and there was something else I forget. But there was a little draw at the end if you stayed for the whole thing.
We didn't win.
No, I thought we would, but and specialty dinner.
Oh, that's what it was, specialty dining. So yeah, so just a lovely morning here on the ship. What are we up to now?
Now we want to head up to the Marina Pool because there's a bunch of activities this afternoon up there, and it's sunny and nice. So I'm excited to go up there and see what they've got planned.
So let's head up there and see what's going on. Well, it looks like we're chasing Royal Caribbean there back to Galveston. I think that's the allure of the seas.
Ice cream?
Twist, please. Thank you.
A vanilla, please. Thank you. A little on the runny side. Well, we went up to the Marina Pool area on deck 18. It was pretty busy out there.
It was. There's a lot of activities that happen kind of one after another up there. A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. So what was the first thing we went to? The Olympics?
Yeah. So at 11 o'clock, there was the MSC Pool Olympics. So they had guests competing on with just kind of fun things like paddling on an inner tube.
Yeah, races, like team races across the pool on inner tubes. There was a conga line thing.
Yeah.
All sorts of stuff.
Just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Very family friendly. Very fun to watch.
And then it went right from that basically into a party.
Yeah. So at 11:30, they called it the snow party. And they had bubbles. But I'd say because it was so windy that the bubbles just went right off the side of the ship. So
there's quite a bit of bubbles happening.
Yeah.
People were getting into it, dancing and just having a lot of fun.
Yeah, so if you enjoy like joining in the dances and music, it's a lively, fun time.
Yeah. And I did notice, so was it at noon they had ice cream out by the pool as well?
Yeah.
So most commonly we've seen it in the buffet, but they did have an ice cream station out by the pool. So but it was pretty warm. It's starting to, at the beginning I could see the bigger cones, but they were starting to melt.
When we went, we did a little bit because the ice cream's so soft. And melts
and everybody
quick.
wants ice cream on a warm day. So.
Of course, yeah. And then at 12 o'clock, I really enjoyed this one. This was the officers versus guests.
Yeah.
A lot of really unique, fun activities that I haven't seen done, from bottle flipping competition.
Well, the first one was everybody holds a number and they'd see a number, and then you'd see which team could get the numbers, move around fast enough to get their numbers in order the quickest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the bottle flipping.
Bottle flipping. And then they did like a karaoke on the spot where you had to sing part of a song.
Yeah.
If you paused, you're out.
Yeah.
And if the song had been sang already, you were out.
Yes. So the cruisers won.
They did.
They did.
They
not
kept,
the,
it
not
was
the
close,
staff.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but that was fun to watch, and
the staff really got into it. I
Yes.
think one of the most fun part for me was watching them do their group huddle and their celebratory dances. That was fun to watch.
So we actually popped into the buffet as well and had a quick lunch, but they did, in the buffet, the cruise director came in there and was honoring the buffet staff that were in there. But one thing that was really cool in there as well, they had this jumbo hamburger. It was huge. It was
really
massive.
big.
So keep your eyes peeled for interesting things that they're putting together in the buffet, because that was neat. So we did a quick stop at the hot tub as well.
We did, yeah. It was nice. Pretty busy today out in the hot tubs. A lot of people using them. I mean, it was good weather, so
Yeah.
it was nice.
Yeah.
And then we actually went and stopped in at 2 o'clock at the MSC Crew Talent Show, and that was in the Chora Theatre, and that
Yes.
was the staff, so different from, like, someone sang from housekeeping, another from the
Kitchen staff. Yeah.
So it was mostly singing. It was fun to watch, and I was surprised, pretty full.
It was almost
Completely
totally full. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was just so much talent here on the ship. But it's our last day, so we have to pack up.
So we're gonna just take a few moments now to start organizing so that we can enjoy all the events tonight, and that we don't spend the last part of our trip packing. So we're gonna get organized. We have everything we need for tomorrow.
And our bags needed to be out in the hall for 10
10.
p.m. So yeah,
We'll do a little bit of
do that before
housekeeping.
dinner, and yeah, then we'll have a wonderful evening of
fun.
as well.
We are mostly packed up now. We have a couple more things to throw in our suitcase after dinner before we put our luggage out. But I feel like we're ready now to go for dinner and enjoy our last evening here on the ship.
Yeah, so one more dinner and another show, and that's it. Well, dinner tonight was a lot of fun. It was Italian night, and as we walked into the Cala Jondal restaurant, our servers were singing and dancing and partying as we walked in there.
It was so cute. Our waitress, Anna, was there, and she had great big glasses on like this. And she was part of the welcoming, and she's like, "It's me, Anna." She thought I wouldn't recognize her. It was really, really cute.
Yeah, it was really neat. And even the tables had kind of centerpieces, red, white, and green down the middle. It was really...
And the wait staff had different Italian colors on.
And there was flags. It was really nice.
And the music...
The music,
very upbeat.
yes.
It was really fun. It was really fun when you walked in.
And that meant the menu also had Italian options, or mostly Italian options tonight. So it was great. We did that, and then a show after that. So let's start out with appies.
Yeah, so I started with 2 appetizers. We both did.
Yes.
So we both had the Capri salad. So that's your fresh tomatoes, your fresh mozzarella, and the basil pesto. It was very good. It was a classic Capri salad.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I
a
did
lot.
too.
It was really tasty.
But the second one was my favorite.
Yes, the fried calamari with zucchini and marinara sauce. So what did you think?
I thought it was excellent. The marinara sauce was a little bit sweet. The calamari was not greasy at all.
No.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was really perfect.
Did you like the zucchini?
I did too.
Okay.
So that wasn't bad, or the zucchini, which I was glad. It was it was all very tasty.
I enjoyed that as well. So both appetizers were really quite delicious.
Yeah.
And then for our main, so we had different things. So I had the chicken parm, which a piece of chicken that's breaded, and then it came with cheese and stuff on it, of course. And then it came with spaghetti and marinara sauce, as well as some broccoli.
It is, and you shared some of that broccoli with me. It was good.
It was really good. I enjoyed it.
And I tried some of the chicken. It was good too, and good size.
You had pasta.
I did. So I had the linguini alle vongole. I think that's how it's said. So this is a little bit outside of what I would normally get. So, but it had the actual whole clam with the shell.
Well, I was surprised because it said with clams. I just assumed it would be
like a
little
white
clams,
clam
but the whole shell came.
The whole shell, yeah. And then it had the garlic white wine reduction. So it was good. It wasn't a massive plate of pasta, but it was definitely enough for me, especially after 2 appetizers.
And then dessert. So I had Anna, our waitress, recommended I get the tiramisu tonight, which I actually quite enjoyed.
I don't usually like tiramisu, but I tasted yours, and I thought it was very good.
Yeah.
It was very good.
I enjoyed it. It was beautifully plated and just looked really nice.
I actually think if I could go back, I probably would have had yours.
Okay.
Instead of, I had the limoncello cake.
Okay.
It's the limoncello cream sponge cake and wild berry coulis. It was good.
Was it lemon or lemon?
Lemon, but they call it limoncello.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's good. It's very good. It was very sweet though.
I had a little taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably totally butchering it, so how that's said.
All right, yeah. So dinner was lots of fun. We took some selfies with the waitstaff, with Anna and Ian there, and yeah, just a really nice night.
They're excellent. It was really a great week sitting there, and all the wonderful food and experiences and conversations. It was lovely.
Then from there, we went over to the show, and tonight's show was really good.
Yeah, it was called Dreamscape. Again, in the Chora Theatre at 7 and 9. It was a lot of music, singing, dancing, acrobatics. Thank you, acrobatics. It was interesting.
I was thinking about it. I'm trying to figure out if my favorite was tonight or the other night. I really liked the shows that had the acrobatics in them, and both of these did. There was lots of colors, You said to me it reminded you of Mary Poppins.
Well, yeah, I think part of it was the costume, the time period that it was supposed to be in, and it reminded me of the movie Mary Poppins. Yeah,
so, and multiple aerial acts, so there was with like a big ring, there was a couple that was doing like, I don't know, handstands on hands. Gymnastics. There was the contortionist, as well as there was like a half moon that was up in the air. So just lots of that going on as well. It was really a lot of fun.
There's a lot to see, a lot happening at once on stage.
Yeah.
It's very, very entertaining.
And then at the end of the show, so the cruise director said to stick around at the end. So they did continue, similar to this morning, where in the Disembarkation show. They honored a lot of the staff. This was bigger than this morning.
Yeah, for sure.
They had brought in a lot of the staff on the stage. They had flags, just so we could say thanks to all of the staff again. So it was nice. It was nice.
It was nice and exciting. It was really pretty too, and they're flying the MSC flags and the lighting. It was just very exciting.
I would highly recommend not to miss this show. It was really good.
Then we went straight from that to selfies with the officer in the atrium.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say, I really appreciate this. I was a little hesitant because often at these events, they try to sell you pictures.
Yeah.
No, the staff was taking your cell phone and taking pictures for you.
Yeah.
Providing, like, if you wanted a cowboy hat or a captain's hat, all complimentary. It was just fun.
Well, and I think this cruise, more than any we've ever been on, the officers have been around to take the photos.
They've been out there mingling a lot. So that has been very pleasant.
So it was just a really fun night. So yeah, that's been a week here on the Seascape. Any final thoughts?
I have really liked the ship.
Yeah.
I would say it's been very classy and very family friendly.
Yes, and the ship is, I would agree with you, the ship is gorgeous.
It's very pretty.
Very modern, it's pretty. It's got a unique layout. It did take us a little bit longer to work our way through it, on the upper decks especially. But once you've got that figured out, it's
really nice.
It's really nice. So we just had a great time.
We have.
Yeah. So shall we wind it down there?
Yeah.
That's been our week here on the MSC Seascape. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. We've got other cruises coming up that we want to share with you. And until the next video, we'll see you later. Take care. Did your suitcase? Is that light enough? Let's find out. Good night, everyone. All right, Andrea, moment of truth. Are you over or under?
I think it's going to be close. Oh, I think I'm like 0.5 over.
You have to lose a little bit?
Yeah, we're going to do some shuffling.